why shouldn't you actually go to a narcissist and call them out on their behaviour? Let them know that you know what they've been up to or what they've been doing. We can often want to call them out because we want them to know that we know, or we want them to suddenly see the light and change and stop doing the things they're doing to hurt you or to hurt those around you. With a narcissistic person, this isn't going to work. They're not going to turn around and say, "Ha, you've got me, fair enough, yes, I'll change." They'll only do that to further manipulate you. They can turn around and say, "Oh, I'm sorry I made you feel that way. I shall look into counselling. I'll change." And they will do this just to hoover you back in, to suck you back into their games. And because you caught them out on their actions, they're never going to trust you again. So what they're going to do instead is punish you for daring to call them out. Narcissistic people fear exposure, so calling a narcissistic person out potentially puts you in danger. Narcissistic people aren't going to suddenly have that radical realization of who they are or what they're doing. They're going to look to twist the story. They're going to look to blame you, to shame you, to gaslight you, to insult you, to manipulate you, to go all out to make you feel like you're the one that's the problem. They're going to look to scapegoat somebody, because narcissistic people do not take responsibility for their own behaviour. And as they don't take responsibility for their own behaviour, when you go to call them out, they're not going to suddenly turn around and say, "Oh, yeah, you're right." They're going to turn around and say, "You made me do it. If you hadn't, I wouldn't. You know what I'm like. If it wasn't for them, you know what a terrible childhood I had." They are not going to take responsibility for their behaviour. When it comes to dealing with narcissistic people, don't apologise to them for things that you're not responsible for, because they are going to manipulate you into doing so. Don't chase them when they fall silent on you. Let them have their space, let them have their peace, and you go and enjoy yours. And starve them of any information. Don't let them know what you know. Use that information to protect yourself and get the closure that you need, not to go and chase them for answers. They're not going to give you the answers you're looking for. They're going to look to punish you for daring to call them out.